Frankenstein a la Shmoop. Mommy issues. What's with all the mommy issues in Frankenstein?
Just to kind of, I guess, recap a few things that are going on. We have Walton, who is writing the entire story to his sister. It's a little intimate, but okay.
Intimate meaning sexual, incest-y,
Overtones,
kinda?
yeah. That's what
Yeah.
subtext, Dave.
We're not subtle as Shmoop. It's baseball habits.
And then we have Victor Frankenstein, who's essentially supposed to marry his adopted sister. Again, incestuous. And then, Henry is actually one of the few characters in the story who's not related to Frankenstein. So there's tons of family issues, mommy issues. And we can really attribute this to anything. People who like to kind of read into the life of the author as, why certain things happen in books. We have Mary Shelley, whose mother was a super famous feminist. Her dad ran off with her mom, and this was totally unacceptable. She had given, as I mentioned, she had given birth twice by the time she wrote this book. So a lot of people think of the monster as kind of like a metaphor for childbirth. Some people say Victor Frankenstein is supposed to be Percy or her dad. So there's a lot of people like to read the biographical information onto it. But the question is, still, why are the men in the book so obsessed with their sisters and with their kind of female relatives? And on the one hand, we could just be like, okay, they're just weirdos. But most scholars tend to read a Freudian reading of it, which basically means that the reason they're writing to their sisters is because they're narcissists. A family member is the closest you can come to yourself, right? And so we have Walton writing to his sister. Frankenstein's supposed to marry his sister, and there are so many interrelated family members in the entire story that it's this idea that Walton and especially Victor Frankenstein just are so self-obsessed and have such egos on them, and this is very classic in romantic heroes, that the closest they can get to kind of talking to a mirror is writing to their family members.
Why are the men in Frankenstein so obsessed with their female relatives?